man with a mustache.
Hey.
I don't know. Choke. I don't care.
In line. It ain't about the pasta.
I am the devil. And don't you forget it.
Poo-poo head. Both of you, poo-poo heads.
He hung a TV on the wall in under 7 minutes. I timed him.
Not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
Everybody here has not been working on their summer body.
Leave him alone. He's a battered wife. Look at him.
You hate it, well, you're not important enough to hate. Sit down. I'm smarter than you, I'm cooler than you, I'm prettier than you. Get the over it and move on with your life.
You do affirmations with your cat.
Mhm.
What kind of affirmations?
You are a handsome boy. You are a kind boy. You're a very smart boy. I know it's a bit much.
Are you a handsome boy, Papaya?
But just look at his confidence.
He's maybe a bit too confident.
For sure. No survival skills with that one. He
I
just...
don't know, he's pretty fast.
It's his best bet. Baby boy, what are you doing?
Papaya? I love just like his pouch that's just like squashed up right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've started.
Oh. Alrighty.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Real House People of Reality TV. This is going to be the last episode of the year, as we're going to take a little break in December for the holiday season.
And mental health purposes.
Yeah. So December the 2nd to January the 13th. Well, I guess January the 12th, because we'll be back on the 13th. But
Yay.
we will enjoy our little restful season and figuring out our new schedules with our jobs and stuff like that. And stop playing with your mic.
Sorry.
With our jobs and stuff like that. And we'll be getting a little bit better into our personal schedules and
Yes.
resorting those out.
Yes.
So,
Tis been a lot. Tis
it's
a lot.
Tits a lot.
Yep.
But what better time to take a winter break than
Winter.
the reunion?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the reunion episodes.
Part
the
1
end
and
of season
2.
2.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right. Before we start with the reunions, I guess we got.
What's your fun fact
A fun
today,
fact.
Trisha?
Pick a number between 1 and 2.
7. Fuck. 1 and 2? Between 1.5, I guess. 1.
Okay. My fun fact is that I run a meme page called Dainty Bagels, and Greta Thunberg used to follow us
Oh, that's a good one.
for years.
She doesn't follow you anymore?
No,
What did you do?
she like unfollowed us sometime between 2020 and 2022.
Ouch.
I don't know why. We used to get DMs all the time being like, why does Greta Thunberg follow you? I'm like, girl, I don't know.
Wow. Probably because you recycle.
Yeah, save the planet, recycle memes. That's our tagline.
Yeah, I know.
So,
It's kind of rude of her to unfollow you, though.
so mean.
Fuck you, Greta.
I don't think you can say that.
Why?
No, it feels mean.
You know what else is mean?
Unfollowing.
Unfollowing a struggling meme page that could really use your support.
Yeah. Hey, Greta. Hit me
They
up.
recycle. They're funny.
Actually, it was... Ooh, whistled.
They're good people. What more do you want?
She followed us still in 2021 because when I watched the Loki series, at the beginning of the final episode, they have like this mashup of a bunch of like things that like happened and whatever, and she was one of them. And then I was like, does this mean I'm canon in the Marvel universe because Greta Thunberg exists and therefore Greta Thunberg follows Dainty Bagels? And it's a stretch, but like I like to think that I'm...
I don't like to think about her at all.
Because she unfollowed me?
Yeah.
You're really mad about that.
Yeah, solidarity.
Which we'll get into in
Yeah,
a bit.
call me Katie. My fun fact is today I learned that sometimes I black out whilst Christmas shopping. I spent $214 and I don't know what on, and I panicked and I couldn't put anything back and I just took it.
You should not be left alone in giant Christmas
My family
stores.
left me alone and it was a mistake. And then they left me alone in Costco right after that.
How much did you spend in Costco?
$74.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
But after 214,
And I bought my boyfriend burritos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came here and like she's got a peekaboo teddy
A
bear.
peekaboo bear that doesn't peekaboo. He's just scared.
And says some
Jingle bells. Scares my cat. He doesn't like it.
And a foam reindeer or felt reindeer. I can't tell from
I think felt.
You said foam earlier. So.
I lied.
Okay.
But my cat can't break it or eat it.
You've got some
I need
interesting
Christmas
stuff.
rehab.
You need Christmas rehab? No. If somebody in your household needs Christmas rehab, it's not you.
Oh, it's Penny. She can't be stopped. She's too far gone.
But it's magical here, so I love it.
Yeah, our house looks like Hallmark, but better.
Your room is the least Christmassy room.
It's because my cat eats everything.
Yeah. You could probably wrap your pictures.
No, he loves paper.
Even if it was up?
Yeah, right now he leaves the pictures alone, and I feel like that would just, that would stop that. So.
Fair.
I can't. I'm also not super into the effort. Like, I like to buy things and put them on a shelf, and then that's decorations.
You're not wrong.
No.
My mom would call that clutter.
Yeah, well.
It is clutter, technically.
She also doesn't like Stassi, so, like, where are we on that situation? I don't know, Lori. Still love you. A little hesitant.
I literally, when I said it, I could see, like, if you were the Sims, I could see your little relationship bar go down with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Just a little. The satisfaction is not there like it used to be.
Why are you having romantic satisfaction?
Not romantic satisfaction, but just, like, friendship satisfaction.
That's not a thing in the Sims.
We have a negative sentiment.
Oh, spicy. Okay.
So we open this reunion stage. It's a very, I want to say, morose mood.
Well, yeah.
A lot of stuff happened in season 2.
Everybody kind of hates each other.
Really shifted the dynamic, except for Sheena, who loves everybody. But we'll get into that
later.
Okay, so we start out with what's everyone been up to, who's still working at SUR, and we find out that Stassi kind of ghosted Lisa after everything went down. She started giving her shifts away and then turned in her uniform when Lisa wasn't there, and Lisa's, like, kind of mad about it.
Ooh, understandably so. Like, you don't just ghost a job that you've had for years.
No, and Lisa's done a lot for you.
So much.
Though, as someone who worked with a girl that also slept with my boyfriend, I understand not wanting to be there anymore and it being really bad on your mental health.
However, I feel like if
would I have shot her a text? Probably.
Okay, Lisa and her, like, she works for, or she used to, I don't know if she does anymore, Lisa's daughter.
Yeah.
She goes to Lisa's house sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
they're more than just, like, an employee-boss relationship.
The least she could have done was, like, give her a call and be like, hey, so all of this happened.
Yeah.
They all still work there. I can't ask you to fire all of them because I'm not Kristen.
Yeah.
And I just can't do it anymore. She's not going to penalize you for that.
She does seem to have a lot of regrets about how she handled the situation now.
Which makes sense. But she's also Stassi, so she doesn't always make the right... Like, she's very rash in her decisions.
Yeah. I think just, like, mentally she couldn't compute being there anymore.
Okay, but again...
And she does seem like...
Shoot your boss
She's not really
text.
trying to make, like, excuses for it, it doesn't
No.
seem. She just, like, she is sorry about it.
I just think that, like, she absolutely could have just been like, hey,
Yeah.
can't do it. I'm sorry. Like,
I think so.
It's not what I want. Like, it's not necessarily my first choice is to be unemployed, but
No.
unfortunately, like...
You can't be there.
I can't do it.
You can't do that for, like, sometimes you just gotta put your own sanity.
And Lisa would be
first.
like, no, that makes total sense, honey.
Yeah.
Like, she wouldn't care.
She even said that. She's like, I don't really expect you to, like, want to work there.
Yeah.
After everything. And then we find out that Stassi and Sheena aren't really friends anymore. And not... I don't know. To me, it wasn't that shocking of a turn of events. Because,
No.
like, they both want to be main character energy.
Yeah. When multiple main character energies that don't want to share the spotlight
Yeah.
collide, it doesn't work.
No.
Like, even if you have main character energy, there are some main character energy people who are okay being like co-stars with other people in their life.
Sheena's excuse for like not really being friends anymore has kind of gone back to this whole dental surgery bullshit
I don't
again.
understand this whole shenanigans.
And she's like, literally, like, you didn't have your pancreas removed.
No, like,
you have a great tooth.
You're not disabled now.
No.
Like, you have implants.
But
like,
they're just fine though.
You look normal. You're like, your life hasn't
does not affect you.
No. Your life hasn't been like changed drastically.
Yeah, not at all.
For some odd, like, you know, like.
Are you surprised they're not friends anymore?
No! My literal note said Stassi and Sheena are not friends anymore. ... Shocker.
I know. I basically have the same thing.
Like, it's not. It's like not. It's the least surprising, I think, out of almost everything that happened.
Just about.
Like, between
I was kind of surprised they made up at all in between not being friends.
Agreed.
They're too
much.
Incompatible.
Yeah.
I think.
You know what? That's not necessarily saying that one's worse than the other. I mean,
one is worse than the other.
I have other reasons for thinking that, but like in this particular instance, like sometimes you're just not friends.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Fine.
Some people are just not meant to be friends.
Also, God bless, Katie's hair is back to brunette.
Yes,
absolutely blessed,
and she looks stunning. Thank you. Her hair's glossy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So, speaking of not being friends anymore, Stassi finally blocked Jax on her phone.
As she should have years ago?
Because this is just like too much has happened, I think.
Like years ago. She should have never got with him in the first place.
Like, if your exes that can manage to stay friends after a relatively, like, mutual breakup, okay. But, like, this was too messy.
She should have blocked him, like, when he kept blowing up her phone.
Yeah.
That's harassment. And it's not like she's going to have him cover a shift for her at SUR. Like, she doesn't need to have his number.
No. They don't work the same job at SUR. There's no reason they need to talk or be friends.
No.
Or be social.
The only time that they have to be social is if she's like, hey, I need a drink.
Yeah.
For this person.
That's it.
And.
Except for she's not working there anymore.
No, but like, I'm saying if she would have done this before.
I also think part of not talking to Jax anymore has to do with probably respect for her new boyfriend. Who we learned is named Patrick.
Yes. I don't know this man, so I have no opinions on him yet.
Okay.
Well, I don't know him, so I don't have opinions.
I'm just gonna say K. I'm not sharing mine yet.
I can't give you an opinion, because I literally don't even know what he looks like.
I don't really
he's not Frank, and he's not Jax, so...
True. I will say he does have, like, probably the number one spot out of those three.
Like, best of the three?
Yeah.
But not best of all.
That being said, we'll get into that, but I don't think we get into that for a while. Andy indicates that maybe Jax's problem runs a little bit deeper than just being a douche, and that perhaps he's a sex addict.
I don't believe it.
He claims to have slept with over 300 women.
And claims that no one has ever said no to him.
Yeah.
Which feels bullshit to me.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I guess it depends on the women that he's going for.
That's the thing. Okay. I'm trying to not sound disparaging towards women. But there are women and men. There are people that come to somewhere like LA.
Yeah.
And want to get famous. And there are people like Jax who I could see claiming to be able to help them with that and have connections. Especially now that he is on TV.
Yeah.
And people will do a lot to get ahead in life.
Yep.
And he seems like that type, like most people, women in particular, I find, have that like one sexual escapade that they regret deeply. And it seems to be almost like a rite of passage. And Jax fills that role.
For apparently over 300 women.
Yeah. I actually don't think he's exaggerating.
No, I wouldn't think so. Based on what we've seen him do.
They're also like 3.5 hours from Vegas.
Yeah.
Where It's a city full of regrets and bad decisions.
And alcohol, and he likes to be at bars a lot.
He's a bartender, so half the people he's meeting are drunk. So, yeah, he's...
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I guess maybe the girls that he goes after might not
He
say
has
no.
it probably down to a science.
I feel like when he was younger,
he's also
people said
going
no to him.
from
when
what
he was
we...
in high school.
Yeah.
When he was in high school, I guarantee this, Jason Couchy was rejected.
Yeah, for sure. He also is going after women that are significantly younger
and more vulnerable,
and historically more vulnerable and easy to manipulate than, like, say, a woman in her 30s, like he is.
That's the thing. I don't think he's a sex addict. I think he's addicted to the power.
Yeah, I think
he's addicted to the thrill of sleeping with someone, whether he's dating someone or not, or
it's a conquest
if
for
they're
him.
dating or something or not. He loves the thrill of possibly being caught. He loves the thrill of
for sure being successful.
Yeah,
in his
it's like
endeavors.
It's like people who hunt for
that's exactly what it is,
and not for like food.
Yeah, he's like John Mayer, but less successful in life.
Yeah,
and that's
unfortunate
because I really hate John Mayer.
Yeah,
but
we also really hate Jax.
We do.
If his name starts with J, better stay the hell away.
Oh, so true.
It's not my song, guys. I stole it from another podcast. I don't remember which one it was, but it was on my TikTok for a while.
So we're gonna take a page from Stassi Schroeder's book, and take a break from Jax.
Amen, sister friend.
And move on to what most of the reunion is about.
Yeah.
Tom and Kristen have finally broken up. Thank the heavens above. I want to say we're done with this shit. You have to know Kristen's not done with any shit ever.
I'm like so certain that it's not done.
Tom is done.
Tom's done. Oh, I
promise you that.
So the thing is with Kristen, she is very similar to Jax in very certain ways. Why are you sniffing a pillow?
It smells like weird cinnamony. Anyway.
Okay. Kristen. She is very similar to Jax in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
She cries to manipulate people.
Mm-hmm.
I think she does.
She definitely does, but I think Jax is like a legitimate,
no.
honest to God sociopath.
I don't think they're the same, but they're similar in certain
Kristen,
ways.
I think it's like, and this isn't me being mean, like to say it meanly, because I don't think it's something she can necessarily even control.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like some sort of mental illness. Something is not right. Like, she's not okay.
Like Ariana said, she needs to be medicated. And that, like, not even in a mean way.
No.
Like, Ariana literally says in the reunions that she would be so much happier if she looked into borderline personality disorder.
For sure.
And looked into getting diagnosed with whatever it is that she has.
Well, she's not okay. Medicated. She's like... She sabotages herself at every turn.
Continuously.
I don't think she sets out to hurt the people she's hurting.
No.
Jax genuinely doesn't give a shit. I don't think it's like that with Kristen.
It's not.
I think she cannot help herself.
What it really is going to come down to is her reaction with Tom is going to be similar to how Jax reacted with Stassi. In the regard of, she's not going to let it go.
Yeah.
She's going to try and get him back. Or try, and that doesn't necessarily mean get him back in like a, kind of like Taylor says. Like,
yeah, exactly like Taylor says.
I can't remember the exact words she uses right now, but.
Do you want me to sing you the whole song?
Just sing me the part without I'm quoting.
Oh. Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back.
That.
Yeah. Except for Taylor does it in like a fun, catchy little song. Kristen lives that life.
Yeah.
Plus like a little bit crazier. Even.
So much crazier. She would be like, I'm either gonna be your wife or like murder your dog.
Whole family. Yeah.
Like,
I went a bit darker, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sentiment is the same.
Yeah. Like,
but I like genuinely don't think she's like setting out to sabotage everyone like she has. Jax, I think, doesn't give a fuck about the consequences. He's made that very clear. And I don't think he wants to.
No, he
Kristen
doesn't care.
sabotages herself all the time and like
It's
somehow
painful
can't
to
stop.
watch,
Yeah.
almost.
It is.
Like, because it's watching, like, with Jax, you're watching someone who's an ass just be an ass. With Kristen, you're watching someone be an ass and ruin her life.
Yeah.
And, like,
And she
have to
doesn't,
live with the
I don't think
consequences
she
of that.
wants to.
No. Which is why, like, she needs to get diagnosed. She needs to, like, I don't think she will in the course of this show, but...
She needs, like, a good therapist and someone...
And psychologist.
To stable her out.
Yeah.
And someone patient, and I think...
And I genuinely believe that, like, medication would help her.
Yeah, I think she wants to do better than she's doing.
And she just doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Jax just doesn't care, and I think that's the difference.
That is the difference.
So, while Tom and Kristen are talking, we find out that Kristen had a 3-month affair with another SUR employee prior to Tom kissing Ariana in Vegas. Kristen is wildly silent until she confirms that yes, this did happen, and then Tom says a bit later on that she's actually had several long-term flings, whether it be like a cheating situation or an emotional affair.
Which I have said previously on the podcast, like, to me, and granted, I've never been in a relationship and I've never had sex, but an emotional affair seems so much worse.
It's very different kinds of betrayal, I think.
Because, like, the one is, like, getting off.
Like, on one hand, the sex is bad. Because, like, especially if, like, when there's no feelings, like, you have no good reason for it getting to that point.
No.
Like, there's no feelings that are getting you to the penetration situation.
Like, you know, it's one thing if you're, like, drunk and stupid. And you hook up with someone and you're like, well, shit.
But then it's like, if it's that easy to hurt your partner,
emotional affair,
yeah,
that's so much worse
and
than
that's a decision
one-night
that you're
fling.
making every day.
Yeah, like
to develop and let your feelings for this other person grow. Also, I want to know who it is.
I want to know so bad.
We never do.
That makes sense because they probably don't want to be on the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. And, like, Tom is definitely not the best boyfriend.
No, he's not innocent in this situation.
Absolutely
by any
not.
means.
However, I'm going to say, there's a difference between having long affairs, sexual, emotional, whatever.
Yeah.
And having a couple one-night stands.
And I do think, like, they both actually at the reunion do a pretty good job at owning their part in things.
Yes.
For the most part, between each other. We'll get into the rest. But between each other, like, they both admitted that they fucked up and it was a hugely toxic situation.
Yeah.
Do I think Kristen is more guilty than Tom? Not necessarily. It's different. I do think specifically in the kiss with Ariana versus a 3-month emotional affair. Those are very different playing levels.
Well, let's even go with a kiss with Ariana or sleeping with Jax twice.
That's it, too. Like,
because, like, these are both people that you know from work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, the 3-month emotional affair is also from work, but I think you're sleeping with his best friend.
Like, those two things you did are much worse than what the kiss with Ariana. It was just a kiss.
Yeah.
Like, also probably worse than one-time thing with bottle service girl.
Yeah.
But, like...
Oh, yeah. A kiss with somebody that you know is worse than sex with somebody
I think, like... I'm mixed feelings. I think they were probably at one point two good people that just bring out the worst in each other, and kind of once that trust is broken, it's pretty hard to get it back, and it's much easier to just, like, continue the toxicity. I think I'm definitely on Team Tom.
Me too, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate not being on Team Kristen, but I hate being on Team Tom.
I don't think Kristen is a bad person.
Oh, I don't think so at all.
I do think Jax is a bad person. I don't think Kristen is a bad person. I think she's a good person that has very toxic energy and did a lot of bad things.
Yes.
And I think because of the toxic situation that they were both contributing to, it was really easy to, like, write off those bad things as like retaliation or whatever it might be. But it's like, at what point do you call it even?
Yeah. Tom and Kristen's relationship reminds me a lot, and not to bring Taylor into this again.
Yeah.
But is it over now?
That's it, though.
Like,
she just writes relatable shit.
Like,
so
was
it's
it
not
over
our
when
fault
Ken buttoned
that
my
she
blouse?
runs our life.
Like they. But the thing is, like, and they don't. They should have ended it years ago.
Also, Taylor wrote that. If you do the math, she wrote that in her early 20s.
Yeah.
They're kind of getting towards their late 20s. Jax is in his 30s.
Yeah. No, it's so much worse. Their frontal lobes should have developed already.
Yeah, we stunted that shit somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
If they were this toxic, why do you think they lasted so long?
I think that I think they do love each other.
Yeah.
I think that, like you said, it was easier for them to just continue screwing around with other people than it would be to break up. Even though it wouldn't have been, like, mental health-wise, but, like...
But, like, sometimes the unknown is scarier than whatever life it is you're living, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's next. You don't know that the next relationship isn't worse.
In reality, they both were, like, a little bit emotionally abusive to each other.
Yeah, for sure.
They're both really flawed human beings.
Yeah.
And when Stassi and Katie started chiming in and being like, Kristen used to cry every single day.
Yeah.
And Tom said, that's bullshit. Like, no, it's not bullshit. They were there.
That's the thing.
They saw
see what you don't.
Yeah. And, like, okay, I will give the Kristen cried every day a grain of salt. Because Kristen, at least on this show, kind of cries at a drop of a hat.
Yeah.
But it's also the end. Like, we're seeing the end of that relationship.
Yeah.
So we didn't see, like, the before.
Or the middle, really.
Or the middle.
We didn't hear a word of these affairs that were going on until...
Yeah, so we didn't...
very near the end, and it was clearly going on almost the whole time.
Yeah, so we didn't see all of that. We didn't see, like, how much he did in the relationship.
No.
Either. Like,
There's
we mostly
a lot we don't know.
We mostly see, like, Kristen being crazy, but, like, we don't know what happened before then. Am I still on Team Tom?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
I think it's at the point where you can stop saying unfortunately and just admit that you like him.
So unfortunate to me. I hate that I like him.
I know. At that point, too. Eventually, you just accept it.
Okay.
So, speaking of who I like and I don't like, Sheena.
Yeah.
She's crying again. Why is she crying? Because she's now become friends with Kristen. And that just puts her in such a bad spot. As if someone plopped her down into a friendship with Kristen. Bitch, please.
How do you become friends with somebody who so violently hates your best friend?
And Ariana says that she's not bothered by it. And I believe her when she says it.
Yeah.
I think she's too easygoing.
She's like, I'm not bothered by it. Sheena's like, she's not bothered by it. And Kristen's like, she's bothered by it. Which just feels like she's trying to, like, wedge something between Ariana and Sheena.
Yeah.
And bring Sheena onto her side more.
Be on Kristen's side. No one gives a fuck. Ariana deserves a better best friend.
100%. 100%.
So.
And, like, I have a really big problem with somebody who is friends with someone who is so violently so violently
Well, and Sheena is also really good friends with Tom. She's been friends with Tom since well before the show started.
Yeah. How can you say you're friends with these people and then be friends with the person who hurt them so viscerally?
Yeah. I don't get it. Like, I would kill you.
Well, the thing is, like, okay, I have a friend. Well, my best friend. That's not you. My other best friend. Has a friend that doesn't like me.
Yeah.
She doesn't like me at all. But we don't violently hate each other.
No.
We can be in the same room without us fighting.
She didn't sleep with your man.
I mean, I don't talk. She won't talk to me.
She didn't set out to ruin your life.
That's something that I can't force her to not be friends.
She's too nice to just write someone off.
I guess my point in that whole thing is just because you can be friends with somebody that doesn't like your best friend, that's fine. But when it's violently hating and to the point of can't be in the same room without screaming at each other,
they're setting out to ruin your best friend's happiness.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Speaking of problems, I don't think you're gonna like what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Lisa's low-key bothering me
so much in this entire reunion.
So she's claiming that everyone, including Sheena, lied to her about Tom and Ariana, and that she never would have hired her if this was going to be
yeah, she never would have moved her from Villa Blanca.
But
to SUR.
I have to say, it's a big fat none of your business from me, dog, because it's not. If it's not going to affect how Ariana's doing her job, and it's not going to affect how Tom's doing his job, why should it matter? It's not your business. They don't have to tell you about...
Well, I mean, it's her business.
But they don't have to tell you that they kissed one time.
No.
And if it's going to cost Ariana her possible job there...
Yeah, I'd lie.
Yeah.
I'd lie my ass off.
And I don't think it's Lisa's business.
I think Kristen was the one in the wrong there.
Yeah.
Lisa did not have to sit her down and say, hey, do you have a problem with... I don't want it to be a problem. Is this a thing? That's going to be an issue.
Kristen
and then
said, no, I love Ariana.
She bold-faced lied. Do you not think, Kristen, that maybe it would have been more productive for you to have told the truth? Because that actually might have changed the outcome of this entire thing. Granted, I don't want the outcome to be changed.
I honestly think it just would have been a different situation that ended up being a problem.
I think they just would have lasted longer in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I think that this was probably the best case
I don't think I
scenario.
would have watched the rest of the show.
What?
I don't think I would have watched the rest of the show. You can only handle so much.
Yeah.
It just gets too annoying.
Yeah, well, I mean, even as we were watching this, Kristen was just sounding like a broken record throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, kind of.
She kept saying that she's head over heels for Tom, and she loves him, and she's always loved him. If you truly loved this man, why would you sleep with his best friend twice?
I think you loved the comfort of it.
You slept with his best friend
You don't treat people you love that way.
Twice.
Yeah. Not even just once.
Once could be written off as a mistake.
2 whole times. 2.
Once could be oh my gosh, I made the worst decision. Crap.
Yeah.
But
twice is a choice.
Yeah.
You double down on your dumbassery.
Yeah. It's just I just don't even understand.
No one does. That's what mental illness is, Trisha. So, we find out that Tom and Ariana are dating now. Are we surprised?
No, I can't even be mad. I'm actually so happy for them.
Yeah, everyone is. Except for Kristen.
Yeah. The thing is, yes, I said that they were extremely platonic. And I stand by that.
Well, it's been almost a year.
Yeah, but I stand by that. When we saw them working together, it was platonic.
Yeah.
It felt platonic. That kiss felt like it was something that happened in the past, and it was just kind of a weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
But
do you think Kristen drove them together?
No. I think that them breaking up was a good way for them.
I do think she drove Tom away.
Oh, she totally
and I do think
Tom away.
Doing that, that brought him closer to Ariana, because he said at the beginning of the show, the beginning of the reunion, that the only people he really felt supported by was Schwartz and Ariana. And I think when you realize that she's there to support you no matter what, and is going to have your back,
he saw a partner in his best friend.
Then he was okay,
and he realized
this could be something.
Yeah.
I don't think they got together necessarily because of everything that was going on.
No. I think Ariana's just kind of vibing.
It's hard not to love her.
I love her so much.
Yeah, I know, right?
She's stunning. She's
perfect. She's not perfect, but pretty much though. She's as
perfect
close as it gets on the show.
She's as perfect as I feel you're gonna get, like, as a person, at least at this point.
She's remains my favorite. Like, I'll be honest with you.
Her and Katie. I know that
From
Katie
the
also
get-go.
remains one of your
I
favorites.
fucking love Katie.
Because you bought a shirt with her.
There are some Katie moments I'm not so fond of.
Well,
Katie has a lot, though. But I can't tell you. I'm going to tell you later. Because it kind of comes up later.
okay.
I do think that it's shitty to have not brought it up earlier on in the show.
Okay. I'm interested. I'm interested to see.
Okay. I might as well actually just tell you if you want. Because, like, I don't want you to hate my girl. Okay, I'm going to be honest. So, I'd say, I think like a year or two prior to filming, Katie was up on a roof with some friends. And they were, like, just partying, like, having a rooftop party, whatever. She fell through a fucking skylight and, like, bounced down 2 sets of stairs. And didn't elect to have plastic surgery done to fix her scar. That's why she has a scar on her chin. She has kind of, like, a little...
I never noticed.
It's not that noticeable, but sometimes when she's talking, her lip will kind of, like, droop.
Oh.
And that's why.
I never
and
noticed.
She's really self-conscious about it, which you don't find out till way later. But that kind of led to the drinking and the, like, belligerent behavior.
Ah.
And I do think it's really shitty to, like, not mention it because it plays such a huge role.
Well, they didn't mention it because that's more drama.
Yeah. And they barely mention it later. It's like a blip. But, like, they kind of make her look like a raging alcoholic sometimes. And it's like she actually has, like, a lot of trauma. She almost died. So...
Yeah.
I think people don't realize the toll something like almost dying takes on a person mentally.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
I haven't had...
I have. I didn't fall downstairs, but I was in a whole ass coma once. Yeah. Like, mentally it's a lot, and it's still really scary to think about even for me years later, and I didn't have, like, a traumatic experience. I just fell asleep on a couch and didn't wake up. Well, it was pretty traumatizing, but it's not the same. And I have to deal so much with, like, the self-confidence that comes with that. And
no, because it's not like you...
That's why she changes her hair so much. That's why, like, the honesty comes out more if she's drinking. That's, like, it explains a lot. And they don't even mention it till, like, season 8.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's not really a spoiler.
No. Take it with, like, a grain of salt when she's being, like, a crazy bitch, because she does do that a couple more times. But, like, Tequila Katie's definitely present. But I feel like people just, like... They use it as, like, a way to gain drama for the show when she actually has, like, real stuff going on.
Yeah.
And Schwartz, of all people, should be nicer.
Yeah. I stand by that, just in general.
So.
Speaking of Schwartz.
Andy.
Speaking of
Schwartz.
We find out.
He has a foot thing. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
He has a thing for feet.
Yeah.
Ew.
I hate him more now.
You're not hot enough for me to accept that from you.
Nobody. Listen, I am...
Owen Wilson.
I am obsessed.
If Owen Wilson wanted to suck on my large toe, I would be like, yeah, okay.
If Tom Hiddleston, Sebastian Stan, or Hosier, and I'd do anything for that man, said... I want to suck your toes, I'd tell him to get out.
That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy.
I
agree with that, most people.
I think my foot trauma, and I'm going to be real vulnerable here for a second. I'm going to be real vulnerable. When I was a kid, I had 2 things happen. I'm a very clean person. Okay?
Yeah.
And even more so when these things were happening. When I was a kid, I got warts on my feet.
It happens.
It does. Especially, like, as in swimming lessons, like public swimming pools, like...
Yeah, gross things happen there.
Yeah.
Unspeakable things.
Yeah, like, you know, things happen. So I had warts on my feet, so I was really self-conscious about that at a very young age.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm gonna say, like, from 12, so, like, puberty time. So, like, from 12 to, like, 16...
That's the worst time for anybody.
No matter how much I washed my feet, they smelt atrocious.
Some people just have stinky feet.
Like, atrocious.
Like, Chris worked in scaffolding outside, so he'd come home with sopping wet boots.
Yeah.
Not an ounce of odor.
That's insane.
Ever.
That is insane.
I could never. Like, some people just...
Like, I would come home take off my shoes, go to the bathroom, and wash my feet like they were my hands.
Yeah.
And continuously would still have smelly feet. I would bring separate socks
Just like genetics, man.
to people's houses, wash my feet in their sink, put clean socks on, and still have a problem. Like,
This is why you have foot trauma.
I have foot trauma.
Some guys are into that.
No!
Stank.
Stay away from my feet.
That's
Stay
fair.
away from my feet.
That's
And
fair.
my friends, for the most part, were really, really good about it, too. But occasionally there were times where it was just, like, bothering them. And they'd be like, "Okay, girl, your feet stink." And I'm like, "Girl, I don't know what to do about it. I'm trying so hard.
Yeah.
I wash my feet 3 times a day." Like, you know, like, my
That's
mom
rough.
would buy me, like, foot spray and stuff. It was
That
brutal.
stuff never works.
No, it just kind of smells weird.
Yeah.
And then people know you're wearing foot spray.
Now, if your feet are stinky, you can put Lumi on it, and I bet it works.
Probably.
Oh, speaking of, we're not sponsored by Lumi. We would love to be sponsored by Lumi.
Absolutely. I haven't tried it yet. But
I live and die by that shit. They mean it when they say you don't have to reapply for 2 to 3 days. It is glorious. Toasted coconut, you're made of angels.
I want to get it.
You
I want
should.
to try it.
You
Next
should.
time I go to the States.
I have to go there soon.
I want to.
So, Andy brought up a point about the Katie Schwartz fight back in the day where Schwartz threw a drink on her and suggests that maybe she was so drunk he had to shut her up. I have thoughts, and I'm gonna need Andy Cohen to kindly go fuck himself.
I have never felt rage for a TV show host as I have
maybe
in
we
that moment.
don't need to promote male aggression towards their female partners,
Right?
because what the fuck?
There's no reason for it.
Oh, he hit you because you deserved it.
No.
Fuck right off. That's not acceptable.
No. We are not
Justifying
we're not
aggressive
justifying
behavior.
Excusing, oh, he needed to shut you up because you were too aggressively drunk. No, if he needed to shut you up because you were too aggressively drunk, he can pull you away and be like,
Or
let's
talk
not,
to you like a common supportive partner.
let's not do this. And by pull you away, I mean just usher
Guide you.
you into the next room and be like, "Hey, girlfriend, let's have some water."
You can barely stand up straight. It can't be that hard.
Right?
Or maybe if you try talking to your girlfriend in a calm, supportive tone every once in a while even, she would be more willing to listen to you.
And I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about being drunk and stuff and how drunk you doesn't always trust people around you, even if they have their best decision at heart.
Yeah.
Well, she's super not going to trust you if you...
But I don't think sober Katie really has the faith in Schwartz to be the partner he should be.
That's what I was going to say. How is she going to trust you when she's drunk, when she can't trust you when she's sober?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I don't like him.
Me neither. I started clocking it from middle season 1.
Yeah.
His kind eyes from episode 1 were whatever, and then I saw his real eyes and they're psychotic.
They
don't
dead on the
have
inside.
a soul.
No. So, Katie says, Andy asks Katie how she feels about the whole Kristen Jack situation. Katie is very clearly more upset with Kristen than she is with Jax.
I honestly think that's so valid.
Everyone's saying it's because Stassi controls Katie.
I disagree.
I also disagree.
Katie has just as much of a right to dislike Kristen so much more than Jax.
I honestly think Katie's one of the only good friends up here.
Yeah.
She has Stassi's back.
And Ariana.
Yeah. We'll get into that. Ariana's too good.
Yeah.
But Katie has Stassi's back because Stassi didn't do anything wrong.
Well, okay. So, yes, Katie has a problem with Jax. She said she has a problem with... Well, actually, she said she doesn't have a problem with Jax. But I don't think she means that in I don't have a problem with you.
I think she means it as I don't care enough to have a problem with you.
She knows his level of dipshittery.
Yeah.
And she's just, this is what I expect.
She can't waste energy on it.
No, she's not going... She doesn't care.
And I think Stassi tries to say that,
But everyone was talking over
but
her.
everyone was like kind of jumping down her throat.
Kristen, Stassi, and Katie were 3 best friends. They were the Powerpuff
Yeah.
Girls.
And
Like-
Kristen ruined it, and that does affect Katie's life as well.
Well, if Kristen is willing to do that to Stassi's ex-boyfriend / her boyfriend's best friend,
Yeah.
that,
Do you really want her around in your life?
like, that's not the trust in that
No.
whole friendship is gone.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, what if you,
Which is the point
do it with my
Stassi
Tom?
makes. Yeah. Or try even.
right?
Like, would Schwartz do that? Probably not.
No, I feel like Schwartz, like, even though I don't like him, I don't feel like he would do something
No,
like that,
it's
especially
not-
with Kristen.
It's not that kind of bad relationship.
No,
It's not even necessarily like an awful relationship.
It's just not a
It's-
good relationship for them.
Would I say it's not fixable? No. I think it's definitely more reparable than
Any of the other
any
relationships,
of the other relationships we've seen so far.
other than possibly the new relationship with
Yeah.
Tom and Ariana, but like
Up
we
until
don't
this
really know them yet.
But like, I would say they're like, it's workable.
yeah, if they went to therapy
Yeah.
and they both worked on themselves
I
and each
think
other,
so.
like it would they could
There is a lot of love there
yes.
on both sides, and I think it is like
And they are the least toxic of the
for sure.
like 3.
Cannot handle their alcohol.
No.
Should not be putting themselves in situations that are this.
One gets too aggressively vocal, the other throws drinks at
Gets
people.
too aggressive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ariana starts to defend Kristen, saying that like she's clearly heartbroken about the situation because Andy Cohen asked Ariana what she thinks of the whole Kristen Jack situation.
Yeah.
Ariana, rather than talking shit like she very easily could,
And
because Kristen-
justifiably.
yeah, because Kristen kind of set out to like ruin her life at SUR. She is defending Kristen and saying she's clearly heartbroken about the situation. And before she can like finish what she's saying, Kristen jumps down her throat. And I think Ariana's way too calm because the shit Kristen is saying is just crazy.
I almost get the idea that maybe Ariana has dealt with a Kristen in her life that isn't Kristen.
Yeah.
Maybe she grew up with somebody like a family member or whatever, maybe like a friend that was very similar, and
Yeah.
so she just kind of knows a
Ariana
bit more
is like-
of how to just compartmentalize that.
Ariana is like everything Kristen is not.
Do we know about Ariana's like parents and stuff? Do we learn about them?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're like, are they good people? Are they like,
Not tons about her parents. I don't like her brother.
okay. Does her brother remind you at all of Kristen in his crazy?
No.
Okay.
But we'll get into that.
Well, I wonder about, like,
Yeah. I
if
don't think
maybe
it's
one of
been
her parents
great.
has maybe borderline personality disorder
I don't
or something.
think so. I think she just had to grow up like quickly.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
But I think Ariana's very calm and very rational and very reasonable. And she's not saying anything to be mean to Kristen. I think she is very respectful of the fact that Kristen is having a really hard time and that it's hard for her to see Ariana with Tom, and this is not easy for her. And she's trying to be like very respectful, which is better than most people would do, I think.
Yeah.
And she is just saying she feels like Kristen going after her and Tom all season and bringing all the attention to her and Tom was just a diversion tactic to take attention away from what she did with Jax because she felt guilty about it.
I think I agree with that.
I totally agree with it.
She
could have said she's a crazy bitch.
Yeah.
She didn't say any of that.
No.
I would have.
Yep. I wouldn't have. I might have. It depends.
Yeah.
Depends.
So, Andy asks Stassi now about what her issue is with Sheena because they're no longer friends again. Stassi's problem with Sheena is that she's now such good friends with Kristen and Jax because, again, Stassi didn't support her during dental surgery. Is she right to be annoyed that Sheena is friends with Kristen and Jax?
Yes!
I wouldn't be friends with someone who is friends with those two.
No! Okay, so her and Stassi were really got like close. Not really close,
They
but
got
close.
friendly.
Bridesmaid close, but like Sheena doesn't have a lot of friends, so. But, you know, like Sheena and Stassi got close. And again, with it's the same kind of thing as the Ariana thing with Kristen. Like, why are you friends with people that you know your friends
so
don't get along
with hurting
with?
your other friends.
Yeah. Like the Kristen and Ariana, Jax and Stassi, like I wouldn't want to be friends with somebody who was continuously friends with people that like hated me.
No. Nope.
Especially so violently, loudly, and like and
embarrassingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or like that hurt me so desperately. Like that would be if I was like, hey, I want you to meet my new friend. This is your ex. And
I didn't hit you with my
your
car.
ex best friend that slept with your ex.
Just be okay with that. No.
Like, I'm besties with them now.
Yeah,
we hang out every weekend.
Lazy. I'm never speaking to you again.
Right? Like that doesn't make sense.
Sheena's like truly delusional to think it would be different.
She goes, I'm such a good person.
She loves to be in the middle of everything.
I'm such a good person.
Like, she loves to be in the middle of everything.
You're not a good person.
She loves to be the hero. She's like the paramedic that tries to like stop someone's heart just to save them.
Yeah. Like, you're not a good person. You say you're neutral, but you're doing all of this for a reason.
Yeah.
You're doing it for your own gain.
And it's not like you were friends before. And
no.
You were never friends with Kristen until she did this horrible thing and you knew that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So incredibly screwed up.
Speaking of fucked up, is Kristen within her rights to ask Tom and Ariana to not be coupley in front of her?
No.
That was so weird.
Yeah. Or, I'm sick of hearing your voice.
Yeah.
This is a reunion episode, honey.
Yeah. You're allowed to talk. Andy, what is she supposed to do? Just like pass notes to Andy when he asks her questions? And Ariana really hasn't shared her opinion at all about anything unless someone like directly asks her.
No. She's incredibly respectful towards Kristen.
Or honestly, if Tom is like getting upset and she's backing him up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's like your partner now.
But she is like so respectful towards Kristen. Like, in ways that I couldn't be.
I could never. She's a much better person than I am, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh, like, Tom can hold his girlfriend's hand while you scream.
Yeah, it's not like he's banging her on the chair.
No, and that's, who said that? Somebody was like, it's not like they're, like, canoodling.
Stassi.
Yeah.
I do think it's kind of mean for everyone else to sit there talking about how much happier Tom is now.
Okay. But he is.
He is. And it's one thing for one person to say it.
Yeah.
For all of them to say it when Kristen is very clearly upset.
I don't know. I think with all of the things that happened, my pettiness would want to join in and be like, he is.
For Stassi to say it, okay, sure.
I think, or for Sheena to say it, like, Sheena's Sheena. I can't even.
But like Jax is saying it, they're all saying it, and it's like
a
little overkill.
They all justifiably have reason to say it, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, they're all, other than Jax, but Jax is Jax, like, he's going to say it. But
yeah.
They all have reason to be petty towards her.
Yeah, but I think,
like Katie's mad at Kristen, Stassi is petty enough to say it, Sheena's Sheena, Jax is Jax.
Problem for me, though, is
I don't think Lisa should have said it.
I think Kristen is taking a lot more heat than Jax. And I don't think I'm okay with that.
No. I think, because at least she's showing some sort of remorse towards it.
Yeah.
She is not a soulless monster.
No. And I think, generally, not to pull the sexism card, But in
It
these
is.
situations,
The
women have higher expectations and like they're given less grace in these situations and they're expected more of. And I don't think it's fair.
It's not fair at all.
Just because Jax is an asshole and is always an asshole doesn't mean like
I think it's
we can't hold him just as
harder
accountable.
to shit on Jax, though, in this particular situation, because he doesn't feel remorse. So no matter what you
For
say, he's gonna
sure.
be like, whatever.
But if you're not gonna shit on Jax
Then
as much, then don't shit on Kristen as much.
Yeah.
Like, she's sitting there crying the entire 2 reunion episodes. Cannot catch a break. Doesn't deserve a break.
No.
But he did it too.
Yes.
And he didn't give a shit.
No.
At least she's, like, has the decency to pretend if she's pretending.
I don't think she's pretending.
I don't think she's pretending either.
I think she genuinely knows that she's
like, I do feel a little bit bad for her.
Of course.
She has ruined her life.
She is, yeah, just absolutely demolished her life.
She's lost everything. What has Jax lost?
Nothing.
Tom?
He didn't care about Tom.
No. But, like, he's still friends with Sheena. He's still friends with, like, who he wants to be friends with at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Still has his job. People just kind of ignore him and let him do whatever. He has 0 consequences.
Yeah.
She's lost everything. How is that fair?
It's not. It's not. However,
wieners rule the world.
This does not segue well into what I was about to go into.
Sorry.
Andy asks Lisa why she hasn't fired Kristen yet.
Oh, yeah, I have that note, too.
I still think she should have.
Yeah.
I understand that her whole life was crashing and burning around her, but whose fault was it?
Business is business.
Yeah. And also, whose fault was that?
Yeah.
Like, she was ruining her own life.
Yeah. And your workplace.
Yeah, like, well, that's the thing.
Like, if you actually wrote people up, she'd be on Write Up like 107.
Which means...
107? 107.
A lot.
Yep. Up there.
She'd be written up continuously between yelling at coworkers, openly lying when asking, like, opinions.
Yeah.
Not showing up at work.
Yeah.
Casually just leaving in the middle of her shift.
Like, you have plenty of grounds for firing.
Yeah. Like, unfortunately, with Jax in this regard, like, she doesn't have as much.
No. And even Lady Gaga tweeted that Kristen should be fired.
Devastating.
That's the note I have. I couldn't go on living.
No.
If Lady Gaga hated me?
I think if, like, any celebrity watched a show that it was on and was like, this person needs to be fired.
Yeah. But Lady Gaga, I don't think that woman's ever tweeted about any kind of drama before or after this. Ever. She stays out of the headlines typically all the time.
Yeah.
Unless she's wearing, like, a meat dress or whatever, but you do you, man. But to tweet, for her to, like, be getting involved in this Vanderpump nonsense, also, low-key, would be so cool that Lady Gaga watched my show, though.
I know. I'd be like, oh my gosh, she knows who I am, but also she wants me
hates
fired.
Like, so,
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Speaking of, but not really, Tom and Stassi kind of get into it.
Yes.
Because he's not very happy with how she handled the, like, surprise cheating
Agreed.
scandal.
Agreed.
Yes.
I said this before. I don't think it should have been a big to do.
Speaking of people who are very similar and butt heads, Tom and Stassi.
Yes.
So,
both main character energy.
Well, I agree. I think it was wrong to ambush Tom. I don't give a shit about Kristen or Jax, quite frankly.
No.
Whatever. I don't think Stassi considered Tom in her hurt at the time. I think her focus was on how it affected her and how she felt about it. And I think I could see her maybe being sorry that it hurt him, but being too proud to admit that maybe that part of it was wrong. And the way he approaches it in kind of an aggressive, angry manner kind of makes her double down on the wrong.
I understand why she would double down when out of defense.
For sure.
Tom would have been the first person I thought of.
You and Stassi are very different people.
I know.
And I think we do get that more from Stassi going forward. She does continue in her growth journey. And we're getting there. But I think at the time she was hurt and she just saw red and that was it.
I know. But I can only come at it from like my point of view and like how I would react. And my first response would probably be, this other person is going to be going through equal pain as me.
Yeah.
Equal or more, but like equal pain as me.
Yeah.
Even if it is more, like whatever. I should look at how I would want to be told and tell that person that way first.
And I do think she sees that part of it now, because after the whole thing, she was kind of like, she was pretty gentle with him and was like more calmly talking to him during the season when it all went down.
Yeah.
And I think at the reunion, the reason that it got as intense as it did is because he approached it like very aggressively.
Oh, yeah.
So she responded very defensively.
I don't think that like the reunion she had I think she handled it probably how I would.
She just said, like, why are you yelling at me right now? Look at, like, everything going on around you.
Yeah.
But I think, like, for him, they were never really friends, so it's, like, easier to, like, direct his anger at her rather than the people who, like, actually devastated his life.
Yeah. Because it hurts less.
Yeah.
To put that on somebody who is not as close to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just to wrap the whole reunion up, they're talking to Jax, and they kind of finally take the heat off Kristen a little bit.
Which is good.
Because she's at least shown remorse, and they're talking to him about his lack of remorse. It's the quietest this man has ever been. Pretty much this whole reunion. Like, for someone who never knows when to shut the fuck up, he didn't say much.
No.
He just kind of sat there, and I found it very annoying, and I don't know why, because I get annoyed when he talks.
I think it was annoying because, like, all of this happened because of you.
And I think, like,
all of this happened because of you, and you're sitting there with a shit-eating grin on your face.
Letting Kristen take all the heat for the mistake you both made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate him.
Me too.
Just in case you were still wondering where we stood on that. What time are we at?
You know what we didn't even talk about?
What?
The fact that Kristen is dating
DJ James Kennedy.
She's dating the guy that Tom was supposed to move in with.
Yeah, the 21-year-old.
Can we, like...
Buster at Sir, also DJ.
That's very obviously...
I love him. I can't wait for you to get to know him.
But it's very obviously on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously on purpose.
Oh, it's like a mutual, like... Without giving too much away, it's definitely like a mutual using situation.
And she's like, you're not the reason that I'm with him. Like, you know he is.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah.
You can stop lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you had sex on Tom's bed with Tom's condoms?
Yeah.
Bitch, please. Mm-mm.
And then Tom says, once Ariana comes out, that Ariana was really hot when Kristen was yelling at her. And she just remained calm. And oh my gosh.
She was.
Hottest woman.
Love her.
Love her.
Wait till you see her later on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Alright, so with all that being said, season 2 has come and gone.
Can't believe we're done season 2 already.
We're gonna hand out the rewards. And that's like, we've been busy.
I know.
Imagine in January when we have nothing else to do.
I know, and we like actually...
I can't fucking wait. I can't. No more blackout Christmas shopping. I can't afford to do anything because I have so much credit card to pay off. It'll be glorious.
I know,
so much TV.
I also can't afford to do anything.
No.
But I'm working on it.
Yeah. You're probably doing better than me. I'm going to be real with you.
Maybe.
For sure.
I did just get a new credit card.
Yeah, I'm just pretending I don't have money. Or money's not real. I should pretend I don't have money. The worst part is I feel no anxiety about it.
Oh, that's
so I have nothing stopping me.
That's so much worse.
So much worse.
So much worse. All right, let's talk about the rewards. Let's give out our awards.
Best reunion outfit. I have a couple. The girls were kind of given this one.
I narrowed it down to one.
Okay.
But I do have...
some honorable mentions?
Yes.
Okay, I also narrowed it down to one. I feel like we have the same one, but I do have some honorable mentions.
Okay, should we say it on 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Ariana.
Bitch, Tom is a lucky man.
That just, the entire
Slay
the
all
hair,
day.
the makeup, the outfit.
She kind of looks like a Bond villain in a really hot way.
I'm into it.
Honorable mentions. Katie, because her hair is back.
Yes.
And glossy as hell.
Also, that outfit was cute.
Was
I think
cute.
it was like a jumpsuit, maybe?
Yeah. She's a bit edgier.
Yeah.
I like her
I'm
when she leans into the edge.
Yeah. You hate to see it, but one of my honorable mentions is
Also,
Kristen.
Oh, yeah.
That dress
was
cute.
And
her makeup was
and lasted
stunning.
all the tears.
And like made her eyes look like gorgeous. Yeah.
Whatever,
I was obsessed.
Whatever makeup company she uses for her like eye makeup, you should sponsor her because that makeup held up awesome.
Yeah.
And Sheena, honorable mention.
Yes.
Because her hair looks really good and I liked her outfit.
And I liked her makeup. Like she just looked really good.
No one can outshine Ariana Madix, but it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Worst outfit.
I'm stuck on 2.
Okay. I picked.
I feel like you're not gonna be happy with me.
I might be.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Jax or Stassi?
I picked Jax because it looked like he was just going to the pub with friends.
That's why I picked Jax.
Like she tried, she failed, but she tried.
Her hair.
Oh, I did have honorable mention Stassi's sex hair because it looked like she just got like.
It's like she half curled it,
or like had a good romp after curling it. So maybe go Patrick, but.
And I
doubt
hated
it.
the velvet dress.
Yeah.
And the shoes?
And it was too long for her short body.
Yeah, and the shoes were just bad.
Yeah.
It was a bad. I think she lost last year, too.
Yeah. But she looks good all season, so I'm not really understanding.
No, she was doing so well.
So, funniest of the season.
You didn't give me that one.
What one?
Funniest.
Oh, fuck. Pick. Go.
Of the reunion or of the season?
The season.
Season. Oh my gosh. I just blanked on everything.
Would you like me to go first?
Yes, please.
My funniest of the season was Miss Ariana Madix. She had some great one-liners, and I found for some reason when Kristen was just absolutely losing her shit constantly, her calmness made me giggle because she was just like, what?
I think I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, like her dry sense of humor is just like...
And again, Stassi was just hilarious.
Yeah.
I will give a point to Sheena. Because some of the things she said were so incredibly out of pocket that they were quite funny.
Yeah.
Like...
That's fair. The girls are funny. Boys are just there.
At one point, she said that she's that Jax shoved a grenade up her ass, so she's going to shove a grenade up his. Like...
She's really into the sex references.
Yeah, it's really weird, but she did make me laugh. But I think you're right. Ariana does, in fact, win that one.
Yeah.
Can't believe you forgot to give me that one.
Sorry.
Do you have least funny or am I
No.
Okay, because it's like...
I have meanest.
Oh, yes, you gave me that one.
Meanest of the season.
3, 2, 1. Kristen.
Jax. Oh.
You didn't tell me of the season. You said of the reunions when you gave me all of these.
Sorry.
So...
Okay, meanest of the reunion.
Kristen.
Same. Meanest of the season.
Jax.
Same reason. It's just they picked their moments. Jax didn't talk enough to be a dick here.
Well, also his whole reaction with Tom after Tom found out about...
That was crazy.
Like, that... It's a different kind of mean.
It was
Kristen,
like scary.
Kristen was mean in the regard of she was outright mean.
And like defensively mean.
Yeah. Jax...
Was cold.
Was cruel. Cold and cruel.
Yeah.
And that's...
Not a cruel summer. Just a cruel man.
Yeah. Okay. Nicest. I think that this counts for both the reunion and it's the same person.
And I think we're
me.
gonna have the same answer.
3, 2, 1. Ariana. Yep.
Because she's a queen.
Yeah. She's amazing.
The way I would have punched Kristen like several times by now.
I would have reported her.
Yeah, for sure. Outstanding.
Yeah.
The fact that Ariana never went to Lisa about how Kristen was treating her.
Insane.
Is like... speaks volumes about who she is as a person. I think.
Absolutely.
Most annoying of the season.
Again, you didn't tell me these were of the season.
Sorry, we'll do both.
So we'll see if it's the same person, then, whatever.
It is for me. Most annoying of the season.
I'm changing mine on the fly because I disagree with what I wrote.
Okay, I did that for one of them.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Sheena. I wrote Jax originally, which, just because his face and his existence. But Sheena, just, I hate the flip-floppiness of her.
And I hate how she kind of treats Shay. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, she treats him like
Shay fan, but
she treats him like a pile of dirt.
Like an accessory rather than her fiance.
Yeah.
Equal.
It's not it.
It's not working for me. Best employee.
I got 3 and I could not narrow it down.
That's a change from season 1.
Yeah.
I picked 1.
Okay.
By a landslide.
Well, obviously, Ariana's number 1.
Yeah, for sure. Who are your honorable? Help me.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Tom and Katie.
Fair. They didn't really do anything.
I think Tom really, really was an outstanding employee this year because of the photo shoot alone.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. I'm going to give him an honorable mention as well.
Pushing all of his problems aside and just doing
that
his
one
job.
day really
and he did that. He did that a couple of times. His life was going to shit, and he just came to work and did his job.
And Ariana being able to tolerate Kristen repeatedly, over months, that's why she gets the number 1 spot. I think, because she remained professional the whole time. She remained professional with Lisa. She didn't bring her problems to work.
No,
she could have, and she would have been in the right. The only reason Katie's number 3 on the list, I feel, is because she didn't have as much.
She just doesn't.
She didn't really have any controversy to deal with at work.
No.
She's just kind of there, so we didn't really see her.
Yeah.
Which is usually a good sign. We saw her giggling at Lisa's friends, but that was it. She's a good
obviously
employee.
You're going to giggle at Lisa's friends.
Yeah, she still remained professional.
She's a person. My worst employee also has an honorable mention.
Okay.
But to me, there was one that was by far...
For sure.
Worse
we
than
definitely have
else.
the same one.
My honorable mention, I'll talk about why she didn't get. It's a she. Surprise. Okay. Worst employee. 3, 2, 1. Kristen.
How'd that go? Even Lady Gaga agrees.
Yeah. My honorable mention
Need we say more?
My honorable mention is Stassi.
Fair. Well, she ghosted her boss.
That's why it's my honorable mention. However, she gets points because this year she killed it a little bit.
Yeah.
With that whole secret diner and just absolutely slaying.
That's kind of why it's a shame that it ended how it ended.
Yeah. She had so much potential.
Yeah.
And it was kind of sad.
I think so.
All right. Reunion winners.
Should we do winners or losers first?
We can do, I hate my answers for both of these.
I like mine and I can justify them.
I can't justify mine really. Well, actually I'm changing one of them.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I'll have the one that I have here as an honorable mention.
Let's do losers first.
Okay, that's the one I'm changing. Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Do we want to do it at the same time again?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Kristen. She got shit on so much to the point where I feel a little bit bad for her. And that's hard to do after what she did.
My honorable mention is Jax, just because I think he's always a loser.
Pathologically so.
Yeah. Pathological loser alert! Pathological loser alert! But,
Do we even need to say more about that?
No.
I feel like Jax is a bigger loser than Kristen, but I feel like Kristen lost more.
Absolutely.
She just... If you care more, you have more to lose.
Yep.
Okay, who wins the reunion? I picked 2.
I picked 1, but I don't really have, I don't like it. So, anyway. 3, 2, 1. Katie.
Ariana and Tom. Oh, we're different. Why?
She got yelled at the least.
That's fair.
So, in my head, I'm like, that's how you win, is you're the least amount of drama.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That seems like someone you would pick, yeah. That's fair.
I don't really, know how you win something like that when it's, such...
Yeah. I said Ariana and Tom because I love them together.
Oh, yes.
I think they're very happy.
I think they're winning.
She's killing it. He looks great. He's happier. She's happy.
Yeah.
letting it roll off, whatever everyone has to say. Everyone,
I
even
thought about
Kristen's friends seem happy, or Kristen's previous friends seem happy for Tom.
I think my biggest reason that they weren't, in my head, the winners is because they spent majority of their time screaming. Well,
not Ariana.
Like Tom and Kristen.
Tom wins because he's with
Ariana.
an absolute queen.
Yes.
Ariana wins because
Ariana just
she's
got beat to shit by Kristen
and doesn't
in this.
give a fuck.
I know. I just feel like...
And
I
wish I could be that calm, cool, and collected.
I think the biggest thing with the winners and the losers for me is, like, it's hard for me. I think my version of winning the reunion is different than what others may be.
That's fair. You sound like you pick, like, when I won dodgeball when I was younger because I stood in the back corner and just stayed out of everyone's way.
Okay, I think if somebody would have had, like, a okay, well, I guess you know what, Ariana did have her looking, like, way more stunning than anyone else there.
Oh, she said, I'm smarter than you, I'm cooler than you, I'm prettier than you, so shut the fuck up and move on with your life.
Yeah, but I think, like, if somebody were to, like, when Stassi went to Jax's birthday party, she won. You know?
That was one for the books.
But you know what I mean? Like, you show up, you're in your revenge outfit, like, it's...
Your Reputation era?
Yeah. And, like, I agree that Ariana definitely also won.
Yeah.
I don't know that Tom won.
Tom won Ariana. He won the biggest prize of all.
True that.
What else do you need? He kind of got shit on a lot. But he gets to go home with her.
Yeah. The two types of winning that there could be, I think we picked the right ones for, like, the two types of winning.
I think.
There could be.
Predictions.
Right. Yes.
I can't do these, as you know, because I have seen the show.
Okay, well, let's go through my predictions.
I predict you're going to be mind blown.
Probably. Okay, so my predictions for the reunions, because we can check those off. I forgot everything that I had written. I didn't do great, but I didn't do awful. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I predicted that Tom and Kristen will still be together for the reunion. Thank goodness I was wrong. Jax and Tom will not be on speaking terms, and Jax is going to make some comment at Tom that threatens to start a new fight.
Jax didn't really comment anything, but ding ding on them not being on speaking terms.
Yeah, I'm gonna ding that just because, you know.
They're not.
Sheena and Stassi won't be friends anymore. I literally called it.
Yeah.
Jax is gonna say something totally out of pocket about Stassi or Kristen.
He didn't really say anything.
He didn't really talk.
No.
Katie is going to win the reunions. I did pick that without remembering.
That's amazing.
So I'm going to check that off because I think she did. And Kristen or Tom are going to be the losers.
Yeah.
And Kristen did in fact lose. So you know what? I only missed 2 of those.
Not so bad.
Not bad at all. Okay, predictions for season 3. Tom and Katie will break up. It seems like there's big trouble in each of the main relationships. 1 per season. I think it's Katie's turn.
Okay.
You see how I got there. Kristen will be let go or quit SUR and become an influencer. It's probably... and then I said probably not because Lisa seems to never let her staff go.
True that.
Tom and Kristen will be broken up either at the reunions or will break up in season. I'm going to check that off now.
Yeah.
I'm already going to check this one off too. Stassi is going to start dating again.
Yeah.
Christina is going to become less of a side character.
Okay.
I don't know. She just seemed to be more in this one than...
I just can't confirm or deny.
I know. Sheena and Shay, Mike, are going to break up, either before or after the wedding. If there is a wedding, Sheena is going to debut a new song at her reception.
That's such a good one. Okay.
A new bombshell will enter the villa.
Funny because one of them ends up hosting Love Island.
I haven't seen Love Island.
I know.
I really want to.
No, you don't.
I do.
It's actually, like, not...
No, it looks bad.
I only watched this season to support the person hosting.
Okay. well, a new bombshell will enter the villa.
To be honest, I really remember like seasons 4, 5, and 6 super well.
Of the show?
Yeah.
But you don't remember season 3?
No.
Interesting.
Some of it.
Okay. If Tom and Kristen break up, Tom will move in with Ariana. I don't know if they've moved in already with each other, but I guess we'll find that out.
Not at the point of the reunion.
No, but this is in the...
Yeah.
Jax is going to continue to be an asshat, but he will find new and creative ways to do it.
Always, for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be...
Peter is going to do something that I should be appalled by, but for some reason it will be okay with me, because it's Peter. Sheena and Stassi drama part 2, Electric Boogaloo, more like part 1 million.
I like it. You have a lot of predictions this time.
I did, and then I'm checking this one off already, because Katie, new hair color, please?
Yeah.
So I've already checked off 3 from my predictions for season 3.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're doing pretty well. Yeah, I went in on my predictions this
You're
year.
getting a good sense of people.
Yeah.
Well, I guess last year you really only knew Stassi and Jax.
Well, yeah, because, also, there was not a lot to go off of to predict.
And we're getting more.
Yeah.
All right. We'll miss you.
We will see you.
Have a merry holiday season and a happy new year.
And we'll see you on
I have to go feed my
13th.
cat. Because I forgot to do that about an hour ago.
Oh. Well,
He's sitting very politely at the door. Just waiting, staring at me.
All right.
All right. So with that, just raise your glasses high. This one's for you tonight. Merry Christmas!
Bye!
Reunion! Woo!
Hello, everyone. You have made it to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to rate us on whatever listening service that you're currently listening on, as well as follow and hit the notification bell to make sure that you never miss an episode. Also, don't forget to tell your friends, because whether they like reality TV or never watch it, this podcast is for everyone. If you'd like to see more from us, you can follow the podcast at Real House PPL TV on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you'd like to see more from us individually, you can follow Amber at Amber's Reality, that's TEA at the end, on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow me at Trisha Masonjar, also on Instagram and TikTok. All of our links will be in the description below. Bye!